Good morning. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, November 18th. We are halfway through the work week. Woo! It is cold outside, but the sun is shining and it's gorgeous. Our sponsor, Lutheran Living, is now sponsoring a part of the show that I think is pretty interesting. We started it yesterday, and This Day in History. So This Day in History, sponsored by Lutheran Living, 1928. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was the big debut of Mickey Mouse himself. What an important day in history, right? And not only that, but it was, the way I understand it is, it was actually also the first talking animation. So imagine like what our lives would be like without talking animations. But yes, Mickey Mouse himself debuted in 1928 on this day in history, and that's sponsored by our friends at Lutheran Living. Such a fun little fact for you all today. It happens to be his birthday, so if you want to sing him happy birthday in the comfort of your own home, I would highly recommend this. Also, it happens to be National Princess Day. I am a little upset that I didn't have a crown waiting for me when I arrived, but I guess we'll just go with the flow and pretend like I'm not mad. I'll just put a smile on my face and talk to them about that after the show. But yes, National Princess Day. So if you have a princess in your life, today is her day. Make sure that you give her a little extra love today as well. I have a ton of great stuff to share with you guys. If you received, probably all at least started receiving your Discover Muscatine newspapers yesterday. If not, you'll receive those in your mailboxes today. But there are some really cool things, not only inside the paper that I want to share with you, but also our sponsor Hy-Vee, who gives us the Market Grille Studios as well as sponsoring the show. They have some super cool stuff going on the back page. You can find them there every single week, but it is actually from your pharmacy. The people at the pharmacy, whether you go here at the main Hy-Vee or downtown, are amazing to work with, and they are doing a transfer and save deal. So if you transfer your Hy-Vee or your prescriptions to Hy-Vee, then there are a bunch of things that you get. So first of all, at that initial transfer, you get $1 fuel saver. Wow. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, my prescriptions are already here, so I don't get my $1 fuel saver. But I'll talk to Matt about that later. Second is when you refill your prescriptions after that transfer, then you get a $50 value of a meat bundle, which we all love those meat bundles. And then third, there's not two, there's 3 things. So you refill after transferring your prescriptions and you can earn a $100 gift card as well. So tons of great deals on the back. The pharmacies are like hopping right now. They've got a lot going on because you can also earn fuel savers for getting your flu shot. And those are just walk-in. You can walk into either pharmacy during their pharmacy hours and receive that fuel saver. You can see what's important to me, the fuel saver, for getting that flu shot. So super great deal. It's that time of year for us all to be getting flu shots and getting ready for the cold weather. Another thing is the buy a ham, get a turkey. So that is also available at either of the stores here in Muscatine. So great deals on that back page. One more thing before I go to the guests that I wanted to talk to you guys all about. It's one of my favorite parts of our paper, and it's sponsored by Musco Lighting, and it's shining the light on area schools, which is so important, right? I mean, these kids, these schools, they're our future. And so I love this. I love seeing the students' pictures and also reading just a little article about that student and what they do in school and why they were chosen to have the light kind of shined on them. My favorite part about this is it can be any student. It can be an athlete or someone who's good at academics or someone who is just a really great friend at school. I mean, all of these things. So really shining a light on students. And this week's highlight is from Durant High School, and his name's Keegan Head, and he is actually a 12th grader. So if you know him, give him a shout out, maybe a little pat on the back or a virtual pat on the back. And maybe even tag him in the show so that he can see that he's famous also on the show as well as in the paper. But if you know his family or him, make sure that you give a shout out, maybe cut out the shining light on the school so that he can have one, because I know he's going to want to put that in his scrapbook, because that's a pretty big honor to be chosen for that. So cool stuff happening in the papers, whether you received those yesterday or will be getting those today. They're also on newsstands all around town too. So if you didn't get one or you live outside the area, you can go grab one of those at Hy-Vee, either of the Hy-Vee stores. So I have a pretty cool guest with me today. I'm slightly sad she didn't bring her dog with her, but so Beth is here with me this morning. I know, you shouldn't have even said anything because
I know, I could have just walked in with her. She would have.
just walked in. She's joined us on the show before and did such a great job. But Beth is here representing For Pet's Sake. And I saw on Facebook that Beth was doing another food drive for pets. So she's been collecting food. And tomorrow is actually the day that she will be giving that out to folks that need it.
Yes.
And we've talked about this before, but it makes total sense in the times that we're in, but any time that, you know, we need a little help for ourselves in our cupboards, but we have our little four-legged friends that are so important, and sometimes things get tight. Sometimes circumstances change, and so it's amazing that you do this.
It was just something that seemed logical to me to do. You know, it just seemed like the right thing to do. You know, I started doing fostering for, you know, the homeless shelter and, you know, everybody, it seems like the majority of the people are 1 or 2 paychecks away from not being able to provide for their family. An elderly person, that little dog might be their whole life. They might not have any family left or family that lives around here. And, you know, if I can give them a couple bags of dog food that they can, you know, go and buy the medication they need or buy food that they need to take that, you know, because most people would buy for their animal before they would they'd sacrifice stuff for themselves, you know, and get stuff for their dog. So, you know, that's kind of, it just, with Kent Feeds in town, they've helped. My church that I go to, High Prairie Church, Methodist Church, they've helped. First Presbyterian Church has helped. Purina in Davenport supplies me with whatever I need whenever I need it. And awesome. Small bags, so older people, if they have to carry it up steps or whatever, it's not, you know, a 50-pound bag of dog food that they're trying to struggle up the steps with and that. So
yeah, and it's definitely needed. I mean, you have people every time you hold one of these where people can come and get this. It's well taken. There's people out there who are coming who look forward to this, to the extra help from you, and so if people want to donate, you can do that anytime. It's not a drive that happens, you know, once a year or something. It's all the time, anytime they can bring donations. I even talked about last time on the show, maybe it's at Amazon Prime. I know things are weird. You know, you can send that Amazon straight to the, you know, and not have to, it's totally contactless for you.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we do the food and the litter, but we also leashes, and you know, we've had a lot of people where maybe their dog has passed away, and they have this box full of stuff. They'll bring it to me, and you know, we'll go through and we'll wash everything and make sure everything's, you know. And sometimes people they need a fresh start.
Yep.
I just sent one of the foster dogs home today to get back with his owner. I've had him since October 6th.
Oh.
And his name was Chopper.
Oh, Chopper.
Yeah, he was adorable. And, you know, his owner just fell on some hard times, needed to get some stability back in his life, and he got it. So he went back home. Well, he went home with a kennel, a bed, a full bag of dog food, a box of treats, couple sweaters, because he's a rat terrier, so he needed a couple.
He needed some sweaters.
He came with his Halloween sweater, so he needed to get him a Christmas sweater.
Yes, obviously.
So he went home with, you know, all the stuff that he needs and the owner needs for a fresh start. Something that he's not going to have to worry about buying a bag of food, because I bought him a 15-pound bag of food, and his dog doesn't even weigh 15 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so it will last him, and it'll give him a time to get adjusted to his new place, and the dog will get, you know, being back with its owner and stuff like that. So.
Well, I love what you said about the fostering, and I know today we're supposed to be talking just about the food, but truthfully, that is, I mean, like when you originally told me about that, it was like, why haven't we been doing this all along? It makes total sense, because, you know, when you fall on a hard time, I mean, can you imagine having to give up, you know, like you said, maybe that last person in your life, not person, I guess, they feel like people, they feel like people, but, you know, like that last piece of comfort, that last friend.
Unconditional love.
yes.
That animal.
And it goes both ways, right? I mean,
love,
gosh.
no matter what.
I bet Chopper was so excited to go home.
And actually, Chopper's owner was in Clinton, and they called me and they're like, we have nowhere for this dog. The only other option was for him to surrender him, and I'm just like, bring him, I'll take him. And that, so yeah, it was. I walked out after talking with Ardith Flight, when you know, she's a sheriff's deputy, and that. I walked out of there because she told me that most people that are in abusive situations will not leave if they can't take their dog with them.
Yep.
And the shelter here don't have the room or to accommodate them, and so they end up staying. And sometimes the animal is used as leverage.
Yep.
And I walked out of there thinking, like you just said, why doesn't somebody do something? Then I had what I call a God tap that said,
you're the one.
You're the one. You need to do something.
Yep.
Instead of wondering why somebody isn't doing it, you need to do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this started out in February of 2017.
Wow.
And since then, we've kept 43 animals out of the shelter here in town.
43.
43 in the last 3 years that we've taken care of.
Wow.
That would have either
they would have stayed.
The person would have stayed, or and then the homeless situation, they would sleep in their cars, or they couch hop, which if they have little kids, sometimes that becomes, you know, they go from person to person to person, and it might not be the best situation and stuff like that. But yeah, so we've kept 43 dogs.
Wow.
And about 70% of those has been returned to their owners. And the other 30% I found new homes for. Yeah.
So if it gets to a situation where they're not going to be able to take the dog back, you can find a good home, and again, keep them out of the shelter that's already.
They're overcrowded.
Yes.
You know, it is. And
we have an amazing shelter here in town who really care about not only the pets but the people in our community, but you know, they only have so much space.
Yep.
And so I'm glad that you got that tap.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I am.
I'm sure it's fun. It's fun, and it's rewarding for you as well to be able to do something that you love. You love being around the animals anyways, and then to be able to just give somebody a helping hand.
Yeah. So I mean, there have been some critics out there that, you know, well, if they can't afford a dog, they shouldn't have one. Well, you don't know their situation. You don't know them until you walk in their shoes, what they are going through.
Yep.
And so what we give away at the pet food pantry is just something to help them get by.
Yep.
It's not supplying them
Sure.
with,
Yep.
you know, everything, you know, all the food they need, but it's just a couple, you know, 6-pound bags of food
Yep.
to help them get them over through the month.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And
when people say stuff like that, I always challenge them to like look back on their lives and truly think, has there never been a time when you struggled? Like,
right.
I mean, you could be the most stable person financially and, you know, just have no worries when it comes to that. But there are always going to be times that you just go through something.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, look at us now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the situation that we're in,
Absolutely.
it's like there are people that have had jobs for years and suddenly they don't have a job.
Yep.
And so when they got that pet, that doesn't mean they were in the same situation.
Exactly.
And, you know, maybe then they had no worries. Not a worry in the
Right.
world, you know.
Right.
This is a perfect time for a pet. And, I mean...
We've seen a lot of... We have our ones that come
Yep.
pretty regularly, but the last, probably since March, we've seen a lot of different faces and a lot of people that are like, oh, you know, it's just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And there's been numerous people that after they went back to work, they either make a donation back to us or whatever, and it's not necessary, you know. It's just, but that's just how they're just like, you know, you helped us out when we needed it, so here.
Now we want to help somebody
Now
else out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just, like I said, it's that unconditional love. One of the first dogs I took care of, it was a family, and the children got taken away. So they not only lost their house, their rooms, their toys, their parents, you know, they would have had to surrender their dog.
Ugh.
And that little dog was there for them when
Nobody else
was. And just everybody's like, well, how do you do that and not get attached? Just like when you give a dog back to their family and they're crying because they get their dog back, it's worth it.
Yep.
You know,
yeah.
it is. It's just it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
You know.
Like Chopper.
Chopper's
Gotta go
awesome. Yeah.
back.
Chopper was awesome. Yeah, he was a good boy.
That is amazing. Not only the fostering, but just giving that little help when people need it. I love that. So tell us about, so it's tomorrow that people can come and grab, you know, a small bag of food or kitty litter, things like that. What all do you have available?
So we have the dog food, the cat food, and the kitty litter. The kitty litter, GPC, Camp Feeds.
Yes, Camp
and,
Feeds is awesome.
Purina gives me pretty much anything I need in that. So and that's amazing. But we have leashes and collars and bowls and if somebody needs something special, I have a 20-foot shipping container behind my business, Happy Tails, that's full of other things that if they need it and stuff. We also give away socks for humans. We have the humans out too, you know.
Yes.
So we have socks. I have everybody at my church and family and friends go through your sock drawer.
Yep.
You know, give me some gently used or whatever.
Yep.
And so we got socks for people and hats and gloves and anything that they might need to. You know, it's not just the animals.
It's time. You need some socks.
Right.
You need a hat.
Absolutely. And that was the one main thing when we went to Cedar Rapids. I said, what else do you need?
Yep.
And they said socks.
Huh.
And so
who would have thought, you know?
Yeah. So everybody needs socks.
Everybody does need socks.
Yeah, so
cool.
if anybody out there wants to go through their sock drawer and give me some gently used socks, you can drop it all off at 720 Clay Street, Happy Tails.
Yep.
So
that's awesome. And so tomorrow, if they want to come, that actually is not at Happy Tails. It's downtown. So
it's downtown. It's at the corner of Sycamore and 4th Street.
Okay.
Kind of the parking lot across from Come and Go.
Yes.
Kind of directly across from
Yep.
that. Yeah. So.
And I have to mention the cool bus. So before, you guys would literally just like load up a bunch of stuff in your vehicles or whatever and go and kind of wait for people to show up. And then you were able to purchase a bus, which, how cool is that?
It's awesome. Yeah, we were carrying about 400 or 500 pounds of food and litter into First Presbyterian Church.
Yep.
And then loading everything, which was a lot less.
Yep.
When we load, it was a lot easier to load it up than what it was
Yes.
to unload it. But so now we got a shuttle bus, and
Yep.
Thanks to my parents, I got my inheritance a little bit early.
Yep.
And so we took all the seats out of it except for 2 and put some shelves in there.
So
and it's
cool.
all loaded down.
It's super cool. I think I still have some pictures, so I'll have to put some of those in the comments because the bus is super cool. Just the idea that you've like thought of all these things and just want to help people is pretty amazing.
I wanted to make it mobile.
Yep.
I wanted to be able to go to Wilton. I wanted to be able to go to West Liberty or go to the Salvation Army in their parking lot. And I wanted to expand this,
Yeah.
and that. And so we're looking to do that in the spring. I didn't really want to do it in the winter, but
Yeah. How awesome. And it's totally, you're capable of being mobile now, which is amazing. So you'll just look for this bus, can't miss it, and it'll be right down, kind of by Come and Go, right around the corner there. And it's tomorrow, and you said from 8 to 10?
8 to 10, yep. And then the people food pantry.
The people food pantry.
The people food pantry is from 10 to 12, which is kind of why we changed, because it was right in the middle.
Yeah.
It started out on a Wednesday, and then it moved and went to Tuesday and Thursday. And, you know, just with the cold weather coming and, let's just make people get out one time to get everything that they need. So
yeah, I love it. So if you are in need of a little help for your little four-legged friend, then you can go tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday, folks. From 8 to 10 and grab a bag of food for your dog or cat, litter, things like that. Or if you have a need that maybe we didn't mention, just let her know.
Yeah, because I can, with the resources that I have, I can, pretty much get anybody whatever they need. Yeah, I got Kennels.
Yeah, so awesome. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're in need right now. But also, if you want to make a donation, you can do that anytime by taking it to Happy Tails, sending it through Amazon to Happy Tails. Maybe you want to set up a monthly auto ship from Amazon and send stuff. Any of those ideas are greatly appreciated, I'm sure, by Beth and by all the people who need just a little bit of extra help. So you can make those donations, and it's at Happy Tails that you can take those donations anytime. And if you want, you can just set them outside the door and they'll find them. But greatly appreciated if you can help out. But if you need a little bit of help right now, please take advantage of this. I mean, goodness, that's what it's all about. And also, I was raving about her shirt. I'm like, what the heck? This shirt's super cool. Why don't I have one? How cute is it? And they're brand new. Yeah,
we just got them from Phelps yesterday. They did a great job.
Yeah.
The first set we had came from my cousin Travis McConaughey, who does the hot rod gear, and he would, he's just busier than anything now. So Phelps always does a good job for us. And stuff like that too.
So you can buy these shirts if you want. Where do they buy them? Just at the come down to the kennel?
Yeah, they can just come down to the Happy Tails.
Awesome. So go when you're dropping off your donation. If you want to grab a shirt, they're super cute and they're super soft. So if you want to get for pet's sake, they're so cute. I love the little handprint with the little puppy print. So cute. So you can also get those at Happy Tails when you're dropping off that donation. Such a great thing for the community. I'm so happy that you are doing that and that people are helping you out. Kent also happens to sponsor our Mission Possible that's in the paper and online. And every week we feature 2 new pets, whether they be cats or dogs or whatever pet happens to be down at the shelter, and they're getting adopted, so Kent sponsors that, and like you said, they're just an amazing community partner, so thanks to Kent for doing that, and everyone else who gives the extra help that we need for our community. Thanks for coming on today. I hope that tomorrow is a huge success and you leave with an empty bus.
Yes, we're
because
full
people
right
come
now,
out
so,
that
yep.
need it, and
Full,
yep.
so.
Yay, that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming on. I
problem.
appreciate
Thank
it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
All right.
So make sure you guys go out tomorrow. If you have a need that you need filled, whether it be some food for your cat or dog, maybe it's a leash or collar, maybe it's just some litter, any of those things, they can help you with that tomorrow, which happens to be Thursday, November 19th. And they will be right there kind of on the corner by Come and Go downtown. So go and take advantage of that if that's your need. If you want to donate, you can make those donations at Happy Tales. It's right there on Clay Street. You can either send stuff there, you know, if you're an Amazon person, come out to Hy-Vee, grab a bag and drop it off yourself. Grab one of those cool shirts to kind of help out the cause. All of those are ways that you can help our four-legged friends. So I wanted to also talk about another thing that I really love in the paper this week. I hope you guys all take a look. It's actually on the second page here, and it's called Joint Effort. And one of the things that I love the most about this is it truly is a joint effort of small businesses here in Muscatine, not limited to Muscatine though. You know, it can be anywhere in Muscatine County, you know, a small business that wants to be a part of this. We always do an article about something local that's kind of going on, and this week it happens to be about the live holiday auction. We're excited about that because it also features so many of our locally owned businesses that you can grab up some really great deals of gift certificates. Some of them put together baskets or items from their stores, and they do that all for you. So you can do some holiday shopping. That live holiday auction will be on Friday. And we will be just auctioning off all day, sitting down with some local businesses to kind of chat about some of the holiday things they have available. And also, in a few days here, I will be able to hang out with a Hy-Vee employee, and we'll be trying out some of the cool holiday gifts that you might have seen featured in the Hy-Vee holiday gift guide. So I encourage you guys all this year to truly shop locally, shop with those family-owned businesses, shop at those local places here in town that we have, like Hy-Vee. I mean, they have so many gifts available just right here in the store, and let's help keep these people going, keep our town hopping with business through these hard times. I love shopping locally because they're always unique gifts. Go walk downtown. I mean, we have some really cool places downtown that you can get a holiday item from, and they're always such unique gifts. So take part in that, but lots of great deals, little things. I mean, even like this. What a cool like little neighbor gift, you know, or you can celebrate Mickey's birthday and get some ornaments. I mean, there are tons of things here at Hy-Vee that you can get, and I encourage you guys all to do that this year. So today I get to do what's in the box, and I'm pretty excited about it because I actually haven't ever got to do what's in the box before myself. So I'm stoked to get to be part of this. All right, so get in here. All right, can you guys see me? It's definitely a bottle. I bet, I know. It's definitely Mickey Mouse. Yay, but what is the item? Is it shampoo or something? Like bath thing? Yay! Because it's Mickey Mouse's birthday. So what's in the box is sponsored by our friends over at Toyota Muscatine. Fun thing that we get to do with guests, or I mean sometimes I get to do it too, which is fun. That's sponsored by Toyota of Muscatine. They sponsor the show, are a great partner with us so that we can bring you all of the cool stuff that is happening in our community, like the pet food drives and all of the amazing stuff that we have going on right here in Muscatine County. So thank you to Toyota of Muscatine, Hy-Vee with the Market Grille Studios, and all of the other sponsorships that they help us out with. Thank you so much to Lutheran Living for this day in history, for sponsoring the show, and CBI. I am excited next week for the kickoff of our CBI, our new CBI sponsorship. It's a new game that we're going to play with you guys and the guests. I am excited about that. So I hope you guys will join me tomorrow, but also I hope you guys are getting amped up and ready for the holiday auction that'll happen on Friday. We'll begin during the show, and there'll be other times throughout the day that we'll go live with you to just feature some of the people who have items in the holiday gift shop, and we'll give you all of the details. If you haven't seen those in the paper, check them out, and we'll be sneaking you guys some items and some sneak peeks on what will be available as well. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys all take part in the pet food drive. Help Beth out by making a donation, or if you need a little extra help right now, I hope that you guys will go down tomorrow and take part in that. Get a bag of food for your four-legged friend, and accept the help that our community really wants to offer. Until tomorrow, I want you all to remember that kindness is free, so spread that stuff wherever you go.